First News, Kevin Miller, joined by Senator Tom Cotton. Good morning, sir.
Hey, Kevin. Good to be on with you.
Thank you for being on. Senator, last time we talked, you were calling for retaliatory strikes against Iran for the attacks of the ships there. They shot down a U.S. drone. Do you still feel the same way, and how do you feel about the Trump administration's response thus far?
Hey, Kevin, and greetings from my son, who's yelling in the background.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
Here as well.
It's a family show. It's all right.
So, Kevin, if, as I said, retaliatory military strikes were warranted when Iran was attacking shipping on the high seas. They're warranted, of course, when Iran strikes an American surveillance aircraft. Now, the president decided to take a different path. He imposed very biting new sanctions yesterday on Iran and cautioned Iran that if there's a single American who's harmed because of an Iranian attack or an attack by its proxies, that I think his term was, they will be obliterated. I hope they take that message to heart. Furthermore, let's remember why Iran is lashing out. For the first time in 40 years, the United States is on the strategic offensive. The sanctions campaign and the diplomatic pressure we put on Iran over the last 13 months since we withdrew from the nuclear deal has brought their economy to its knees, and they're trying to find any terror tactic they can use to get sanctioned relief. So the strategic approach that we've adopted over the last year is working.
Senator Tom Cotton, some in the Trump administration would like to see a solution involving the military. If that should happen, do we have something together that's an end game, unlike we had in Iraq? Do we have a plan for what happens there if we leave a vacuum in that area?
Okay, let's be precise about the kind of military operation for which I have called and that I believe the president was presented as various options last week. I'm not speaking of the kind of war we saw in Iraq or Afghanistan, where we made a deliberate decision as a nation to marshal tens of thousands of troops in Afghanistan, more than 100,000 in Iraq, to invade those countries and to overthrow their government. That's far from what anybody has proposed with Iran. What I propose is something more along the lines of what Ronald Reagan did to Iran in 1988 for attacking shipping and ultimately attacking an American vessel. Or what he did to Libya when Muammar Gaddafi in 1986 was responsible for terror attacks against American troops in Europe, or for that matter, what Bill Clinton did in 1993 and 1998 to Saddam Hussein, or even what Donald Trump did in 2017 and 2018 with strikes against Syria for gassing its own people. That's the kind of retaliatory strike that imposes genuine pain and cost in Iran and makes them realize that their behavior will have serious consequences. Now, I know some people, like my good friend Chuck Schumer, has said that he's worried the president is going to stumble into a war. Kevin, nations don't stumble into wars. None of those retaliatory strikes I just cited to you led to a general war and a years-long occupation of a country. They did, however, change the behavior of those governments for a long time. You know, for instance, Iran stopped mining all those waters after Reagan blew up half their navy in 1988. Bashar al-Assad, for some number of months, stopped using those weapons on his own people. That's the kind of operation that I would suggest, and that's what I know the military has as part of its wide range of contingency plans that it makes for any adversary like Iran.
Senator Tom Cotton, News Radio 102.9 KARN. Senator, there are a lot of other things that we could talk about in the news, including ICE raids. We can go further with Iran. I want to focus on Arkansas, though. The floods have been the issue here in Arkansas. I know you've been working on some things there in Congress with that. What is the latest on the situation? What are you seeing in your home area there around Dardanelle also?
Well, we got a lot of work on the Dardanelle levee. The breach in the levee is hundreds of feet wide and dozens of feet deep. It's damaged the roads. It means that you really can't even start repairs. That road gets worked on. But what I still see is a great response from our local and state officials and communities who have been supporting each other. We're still taking stock up and down the river of all the homes, businesses, farms that have been damaged. I would encourage all of your listeners, if they've seen that kind of damage or they know someone who has seen that kind of damage, please be in touch with our office. The simplest way to contact us or to get our phone number is at cotton.senate.gov. We've been helping many families assess their eligibility for assistance and go through the paperwork of that. I'll be doing some more touring next week to hear where the State Department of Emergency Management stands and the kind of work they're getting with not just FEMA, but also the other relevant federal agencies and departments like the Department of Agriculture. So please reach out to us at cotton.senate.gov if there's anything that we can do for you and your family or your community.
Well, where'd your son go? Where is that guy?
He appears to be staring out the window at the Lincoln Memorial.
How old is he now?
Gabriel, how old are you? 4.
4. Good deal. Good deal. Tell him we said hi. He's got, maybe he could be like a press secretary or something. I understand there's an opening there. Give that a shot.
Well, he could. He works on an emotional level on par with me and my coworkers, unfortunately, at times.
I understand. Hey, Senator Tom Cotton, good to talk to you this morning. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right. News Radio.